On to step 2. If I purchased an acre of land for $300 in 1914, what would it cost in these years? So this is the same kind of thing. It's telling how the price of something changed over a period of time. So anybody know what an acre of land sells for now?
No.
Any ideas, Holly?
It's like 1,000.
Even more than that. Maybe if it's like marshland or something like that. You got an idea, Adam?
I know Adam Sandhill was $800 by the
I said $800. Maybe if it's like CRP or out in western Nebraska where you can't farm it, what would farmland go for now? Have an idea?
like in the 100,000.
It has been, for 1 acre, it has been as high as, if it's irrigated land, it's almost been up to $10,000 for 1 acre if it's irrigated land. More frequently, it's probably closer to like 7 or 8, and then non-irrigated is like 5,000 or so. But it varies a lot, and it has been up, and then it's also been down. So what the assignment says, if I purchased an acre of land for $300 in 1914, what would it cost in these years? So I go to the inflation calculator, and I'm going to say 1914, and I purchased an item for, and I'm going to put in $300 here, not $3,000. Then in 1924, and this isn't exactly what an acre would cost. It's just showing general inflation. Inflation means that things get more and more expensive all the time. And not only that, but then people get paid more to be able to buy things. It's why everybody usually, if they follow inflation, they get like a 2% raise every year for doing their job. So I'm going to calculate. And it says $513. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click the little green button in the top left corner. And I'm going to open up a new tab. This is my bacon price. We'll type in bacon. And there's a little plus button down here in the bottom. If I click the plus, I'm going to get a new sheet. And so I'm going to put the year, start out in 1914, and then 1924. And I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see what I'm doing. View, zoom, 200. And Excel is really smart, so I'm guessing it's going to figure out my pattern. I'm going to go all the way to 2024, even though that's not possible yet. Okay, so it goes up 10 years at a time. And I said in 1914 it was how much? $300. 1924, it told me it was 513, roughly, 513. Then all I have to do is I'm just going to change my year here from 1924 to 1934. It calculates, and it says 402. In 1944, change my decade, 528. 500 or 1954, 807. Holy smokes! Have you guys taken any United States history classes yet?
Yeah.
Looking at this data so far, what do you notice happened between 1924 and 1934? Olivia? The price dropped. I'm going to do one more. 1964, 930. Something else that's interesting is it gives me a percentage of increase. So from 1914 to 1924, it said there was a 71% increase. That means it almost doubled in price, right? But then from 1924 to 1934, it went, and it's only 80% of the price. It like dropped in price. Anybody know what happened in the 1930s, why the price of things would drop? Braden? Nope. You're a couple decades off. The Great Depression. Yep, Great Depression. So basically during that time, there was like a really, really high unemployment rate, which meant a lot of people didn't have jobs. The economy is really bad. A lot of people are really, really poor. And so if people can't afford an acre of land or bacon or whatever you're buying, you're going to have to drop the price so people can buy it then, right? Okay, so we're going to take a look. What's the next direction that's in here? We're going to fill that all the way out, copy and paste the data, including 1914, into an Excel chart, then highlight the data and create an appropriate graph. What kind of a graph would be appropriate for this information? A McDonald's graph is not an existing graph. Same kind of graph as what we just made, right? I'd highlight it. I would go to Insert. I would go to Chart again. And we found that the scatter plot worked. I'm going to delete where it says Series 1, though. And so it should adjust a little bit. Now, according to this, there are a couple things with this. I'm going to need to insert a title. Insert entire row. And I'm going to stick a title here that is price of an acre. And then I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to expand my range so I have the title now. Don't have the title. Just re-highlight it. Insert. Scatter plot. Price of an acre. Do you see how to make a line graph? This is making sense so far, all right? Okay. When you're done with that, last thing is we're going to put things into PowerPoint. So it'll give you directions, but essentially what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go into PowerPoint, and I'm going to make a new presentation. And PowerPoint is linked with Excel. This is kind of cool. Check this out. I can copy and paste my graph into PowerPoint. And when it's in here, let's say I find out the next prices from 1994 and it's $1,200. Watch what happens to my graph when I put that in. Boom! Not only does it change in Excel, but it's also linked to PowerPoint. So when I copied and pasted that graph, it said you have to grant access because PowerPoint has the ability to change the Excel file, and the Excel file has the ability to change the PowerPoint file. So that's why I had to click that grant access thing. So you're going to be putting things into PowerPoint and making a presentation out of it. So that is the second half of that assignment. I will let you